In this video, we're gonna show you why we feed raw, why it makes sense, and how we deworm. Here we have a 40-pound bag of kibble. We're gonna break things down into cups, so there's 80 cups in the bag. This bag costs $59.99. Comes out to 4.875 cups per 100 pounds of dog per serving. Here are the ingredients that you're gonna be seeing in this particular bag. Beef meal, you got chicken fat, you got blood meal, you got whole grain millet. This is what it looks like. Almost completely devoid of any water whatsoever, so it can maintain shelf life. In the process, as it makes contact with oxygen, it denatures vitamins. We made some adaptations as far as how we feed raw. We're feeding 80% meat and fat, approximately 10% is fat, 10% bone, 5% organ meat, and 5% vegetables. We don't feed liver. As far as how much we feed, we base it off of the dog's body weight. So we'll go 2% to lower the dog's body weight, 3% is maintenance, and we'll go up anywhere between 4 and 5% to increase body weight. Right now we have 2 pounds worth of chicken with 6 ounces. We're now adding the organ meat, and we're gonna start adding vegetables so we could get closer and closer to that 3-pound mark. We are currently off by 1.8 ounces. Because the chicken quarter brings bone, I decided to go ahead and add the 1.8 ounces worth of sardines. This is done in order to compensate for the weight that the bone is actually adding to the chicken quarters. To this, we're gonna go ahead and add 1 ounce of blueberries. We're also gonna add 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And one other thing we're gonna add, which is gonna be a pinch of turmeric. This brings us in 42 cents below the 1 serving of kibble. In this next recipe for my girl Sunshine, we're obviously gonna be feeding her less, as she weighs less than my 100-pound Ali. This actually affects the entire formula because you get less savings. In fact, in this particular recipe, it's actually going to cost us 10 cents more to actually feed raw over kibble. However, even paying 10 cents more per feed, we find for it to be well worth it, as this keeps our dogs out of the vet office, away from having arthritis, actually helps fight tumors, cancers, everything else, because it maintains their immune system at optimum level. Correction, it's actually a 9-cent difference. So there you have it. Now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like side by side. We're going to go ahead and place these recipes we made next to kibble, and the difference is just night and day. One is full of colors, full of water. The other one is just dry and brown. That's all you get. I'm going to show you guys now how to do a very cheap dewormer. We are going to show you the amounts that we use and how we do it. I do encourage you to research online. You're going to need to get yourself papaya. Make sure it's ripe, and the way you know it's ripe is because you're going to be seeing these either white or dark spots on it. Once you've cut it open, we're after the seeds. The seeds actually have a trace amount of cyanide. This is why it's very important that you use correct amounts. Make sure to research that online. We're going to show you the amounts we use for our dogs. If you see there, I'm holding 1 teaspoon. That's what we feed per 100 pounds of dog. You will be needing a mortar to be able to use this, as we are going to be crushing these seeds in order for that cyanide to be properly released. We will feed this amount to our dog for 4 consecutive days. All we do is add it to their food. If you want to add it to either yogurt or anything so that they don't even taste it, that would even be better. As for us, since we have quite a few dogs, we're going to prepare the entire amount, which means crushing it. However, that does not mean changing the amount that we're giving the dogs. We're still giving 1 teaspoon per 100 pounds. Now, as for the fruit itself, or the meaty part, if you will, that's full of a particular enzyme called papain, which is great because it helps break down proteins even easier for dogs. Now, there's a great many of you that are against feeding raw foods to dog. Many of you are telling me things like the bones, they could splinter and they could hurt a dog. Or if they're pocket American bullies and not excels, they have a hard time with bones. Here you have a pocket American bully. I want you to hear the crunching sound whenever she bites into bone. This way you know it's not splintering, it's actually cracking. Not only that, when it cracks, it actually helps clean her teeth along with everything else. So I'm gonna leave you with this so you can see what a live raw feeding truly is like, as many of you have not experienced it real time and really don't know what it is all about. This is raw feeding at its best.
Come here. Go. Go.
Probably wondering, if I spoke about the supplement, why didn't I give it? Well, this particular girl, she likes it as a snack, as you can see. So I gave her 1 NuVet wafer because she weighs more than 5 pounds. And I had to give her 3 of the NuJoint DS wafers because she weighs 60 pounds. It's all weight-based. It's all 100% natural, never been recalled. Also, if you're considering feeding raw, I suggest you watch more of our recipe videos. Also, keep in mind, everything I showed you can be cooked.